Hi everyone! Today we are going to explore a concept called the three brains. Now, I know you only have one physical brain, but this idea was developed as a simple way of describing how three major parts of a person's brain work together. The three brains was identified by Paul MacLean, a brain doctor, who introduced the triune brain. So what are the three different brains? There is the thinking brain, the emotional brain, and the survival brain. The idea is that if all three brains or parts of our brain are working together well, we tend to be happy and in control. However, when they don't work together, we can lose control of our thoughts and feelings. Let's take a look at them one by one. The thinking brain is the front part of our brain. It's called the prefrontal cortex, and it controls our thinking, judgment, decision-making, and social behaviour. It's a big and important part of our brain. When we use our thinking brain, we feel calm, safe, and happy. We are in control of our emotions, and we are able to think clearly and make good decisions. To help us with this idea, we can close our hand over our thumb and imagine it is our brain. The thinking brain is our fingers, which wraps over the front. Some simple examples of things our thinking brain does include doing a maths equation, writing a sentence, listening to the teacher, deciding what to eat. There are millions of decisions we can make using our thinking brain, and we use it all the time. The emotional brain is right in the middle of our brain. It's called the limbic system, and it is where our feelings and emotions come from. Within the emotional brain is the amygdala, and it reacts fast when we are threatened or feel unsafe. Think of it as being a bit like a guard dog. If we look at our hand brain again, the emotional brain is represented by our thumb, which our fingers, or thinking brain, wraps around. If we don't take time to think, our emotional brain can take over and we can flip our lids, which means our thinking brain is further away, leaving our emotional brain in control of our decision making. This can also trigger our survival brain, but more about that later. Our emotional brain influences how we think and react. When working well, the emotional brain and thinking brain work closely together. But if our emotional brain takes over, if we flip our lids, it can be harder to think clearly and we might make bad decisions. So it's important for us to learn some calming strategies so our emotions don't grow too big and take over from our thinking brain. The survival brain is at the bottom of your brain. It's called the brainstem and connects the brain to the spinal cord. The survival brain is in charge of all the functions we need to stay alive, like breathing, heartbeat, hunger, temperature control, and the senses. When our survival brain takes over, we could feel crazy and out of control. These reactions are also linked with big emotions. This could be crazy happy, sad, scared, or angry. But they are all very big feelings, so they override our thinking brain. Our survival brain is important, but when we are using our survival brain too much, it can make it very difficult to think and listen, which means we are unable to learn. Some examples of when our survival brain is in control is when our amygdala senses immediate danger, such as pulling our hand away really quickly when we touch something hot, shouting, "No, stop!" to stop our little brother from going on the road, stopping ourselves from stepping on glass in bare feet, or running because we see a snake. In situations like this, our survival brain works much more quickly than our thinking brain, so it can save us from danger. When we have allowed our emotions to become too big, our amygdala might think we are in danger, causing our survival brain to take control to try and keep us safe. We might then react in one of three ways: fight, flight, or freeze. If we fight, that could mean we are physically fighting someone, or it could also mean yelling, using mean words, blaming others, stomping our feet, or throwing a tantrum. If we take flight, that means we run away or try to escape what is happening. It could mean leaving the area or leaving the room. If we freeze, that means we shut down. It might mean our body is frozen and we feel like we can't move. Or it could mean our brain has stopped understanding what is going on. So if we are in real danger, it's good that our survival brain kicks in. But sometimes our brain gets mixed up and thinks it's unsafe when it's not. Some examples of this could be when you can't find your school bag and you get angry. This is a fight response. You're in a test and the first question is really hard and you get so stressed and worried. This is a freeze response. You get called to the principal's office and you panic and hide under your desk. This is a flight response. By keeping our emotions small, we won't be overwhelmed by them, or in extreme cases, accidentally flip our lid and trigger our survival brain. We can do this by working to remain calm. Ways we could do this could include taking 10 deep breaths before we react, naming the emotion, because if you can name it, you can tame it, having a drink of water, drawing or colouring in, listening to music, going for a walk, counting slowly forwards or backwards.
2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Squeezing a stress ball, writing in a journal, meditating,
What's your favourite word?
or talking to someone. The good news is that no matter what the situation is, you can use calming strategies to help all three parts of your brain to work together and choose positive behaviours.